just going to talk for a little bit about some of the misconceptions people have about lawyers. In addition to any misconceptions I might mention on my blog, I thought I would mention that when I started writing fiction, there were some people who would say, well, as a lawyer, you can review your own contracts. And, well, yes, I can, but the problem is I don't know beans, or certainly I didn't know beans back then, about publishing law. And I still feel like there's a lot that I could benefit from having somebody else look over a contract. So, really, being a lawyer doesn't make you capable of vetting your own contracts. In fact, they say that any lawyer who represents themselves has a fool for a client. So, in a sense, that's just not true at all. That's one misconception. Another misconception is that somehow we've memorized all the laws. You know, people can just come to you and say, is this what the law says? And you're just be able to spout it off. Well, no, it doesn't work that way. In law school, they don't have you memorize the entire U.S. Code in all of the cases that are out there. What they teach you is how to look things up, and also how to draw analogies between cases that exist and your own case. That's what being a lawyer is all about. It's about finding the similarities and differences between the case you have and cases that have been decided by courts. And that's where precedent comes in. And it's also why when a person asks a lawyer, is the law on my side? A lot of times the answer is, it depends. Because cases are so fact-specific that you might have a fact in your case that is significant enough to make it different from the case that came out, let's say, might have come out in your favor. So it's very complicated and more than just a matter of memorizing. That's why in The Paper Chase, if you've ever seen that movie, when John Houseman said that a photographic memory was of absolutely no use to a lawyer, in a sense, that was correct. Having a photographic memory and being able to memorize all the laws now won't help you as a lawyer, because first of all, the laws are always changing, and secondly, it's not your job just to be able to spout off laws. It's your job to figure out why a law would or would not apply in the case involving your client. So those are two of the biggest misconceptions, and I hope that gives you a better understanding of what lawyers do. So thank you, and I'll talk to you later.